Hola, muy buena gente, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos a otro episodio capitulillo de Raven. Bueno, he empezado y venía hacia aquí y me acabo de cruzar con el revisor. Vamos a ver si podemos hablar con él. No sé dónde estará el tío, la verdad.
The butler, this James, seems to have escaped the baroness. Good day to you, sir.
Can I be of any assistance, sir?
I wanted to ask you a few questions. If you'll pardon a rather odd question, are you really named James? That would be a lucky coincidence in your line of work.
My name, sir, is Clyde Alfred Inch.
Your second name is Alfred, yet the Baroness calls you James.
Madam considers James to be the only forename suited to a butler, sir.
Where did you and the Baroness board the train?
In Paris, sir. The Baroness was there on behalf of a charity that she supported for many years.
So you weren't in London when they broke into the British Museum?
We may have been, actually. We left for Dover bright and early the morning after the burglary. But it was in Paris when we first heard of it. The morning paper in London didn't mention the unfortunate event, sir.
And just 2 days later, you're on a train bound for Switzerland. The Baroness certainly gets around.
Indeed, sir. We are practically always on the go.
What can you tell me about the Baroness?
Nothing, sir. A butler does not tattle.
Vale, muy bien.
Butler? Many would say it's a strange job.
It is true that I am one of a dying breed, sir. The war claimed a generation of butlers.
Have you been to war as well?
Indeed, sir. I was a groom for a cavalry officer.
When you British talk about war, one is never sure which war you mean. It seems the situation hasn't changed much since the 30 Years' War, has it?
Shrapnel from a bomb dropped by a Fokker would not have wounded me in the 30 Years' War, sir.
No, of course not. Goodbye, James. Or Alfred.
Vale, pues... Vamos a hablar con el... Vamos a hablar con el inspector, a ver si nos da algo. Aquí está todo ya lo más que hablado.
I'd better let him read his newspaper if I don't have any pressing questions. I made the acquaintance of Dr. Gebhardt on the platform in Zurich. I'd better let him read his newspaper if I don't have any pressing questions. Inspector Lebron?
Anything to report?
I got Professor Lucien into his compartment using a pair of pliers.
Did you notice anything inside the compartment?
The window was open. Someone could have climbed out.
And the professor?
Acted suspiciously. He rummaged around in his leather bag.
And?
He seemed to have found what he was searching for.
Good. Good work.
Now, perhaps you could give me some information.
All right. We should...
What? The light's gone out.
Flashlights! Ah! Get off me!
There, sir. An envelope.
My dear Nico, you should take a closer look at the box. R.
What the dickens? It's a...
Away with it! Take cover!
Joder. Ha metido una bomba acá. El cabrón nazi.
Oh dear. Oh.
Is everyone all right? Are you hurt? Quick thinking. Well done, Zellner.
I think the tunnel collapsed.
Then he's trapped. Hurry, we have to lock the second exit.
Sir, there's a fire up ahead. The engine's burning.
It's a distraction. Hurry, block the exit.
But sir...
The fire will consume all the oxygen.
He's right, Inspector. A fire in a narrow tunnel is extremely dangerous.
Merde. Go to the front of the train, find the engineer, and tell him to move the train out of the tunnel.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready? You have to uncouple the freight car. You understand?
I understand.
I'll see to the passengers. They should all wait in the tunnel. We'll check each one in turn as they go out.
Let's get to it.
Pero yo no tengo linterna, ¿o qué?
My God, what a fire. I hope... Pills. For my... I'm supposed to take one if I have pain. I haven't needed them yet. I'm sure I could uncouple the car if I only had enough light to see what I'm doing.
Joder, pues yo tampoco veo nada, tío. Que aquí no se ve un pimiento. ¿Por qué me sale el cuenco de dulces? Algo puedo hacer con
A
él.
lot was damaged by the sudden stop, but the bowl was thick enough to survive the fall. The last of the candy has vanished. Measured against the exploding freight car, I think the railway will overlook the loss.
Algo de... Bueno, aquí se puede hacer algo, fijo. Ya sale ahí las botellas, sale todo eso.
The other passengers escaped from the train. I can see their silhouettes in the light of the fire. If I don't hurry up and uncouple the freight car, they'll suffocate.
Pardon me, I did not mean to scare you.
What are you doing here, Doctor?
Legrand asked me to check whether there are any passengers left on the train.
Really? No one is here, except for me and you.
Excellent. Then I will continue searching at the front.
Did anyone act suspiciously before the explosion? Did anyone leave their seat, for example?
I was the only one on the train who wasn't seated when the freight car exploded. Thank God. Otherwise, I would have been caught by the blast as well.
¿Y qué
You
haces con
certainly
guantes?
were lucky.
Perhaps I was. What happened over there?
Este pavo lleva guantes,
The inspector said something
Malo.
about gas canisters that exploded.
If Inspector Legrand says so, it must be so, right?
I have been to war, and this was no minor explosion. I rather doubt that the freight car was packed to the roof with gas canisters.
The investigations are ongoing, but first we have to get the burning train out of the tunnel.
Of course.
How are the passengers?
They are in a state of shock, of course. The blackout and the sudden stop were frightening enough, but then the explosion, the dust, everyone rushed for the exits. I was helping the American woman bring Lady Westmacott to safety. They are waiting outside in the tunnel. One entrance is blocked by a fire, and the other one seems to have collapsed.
Continue to search the train. I'll decouple the buried freight car.
All right.
Doctor,
Bueno,
can you give me a few matches?
Oh, certainly.
Thanks. I'll meet you outside.
Do hurry.
supongo que no podremos. Mira, aquí hay algo. No sé qué es. Ah. ¿Qué he quitado?
I don't see Legrand or the constable. All the same, the fire is getting bigger and...
Cortina, cerillas,
I bought it
bueno.
last week, second hand. I liked it because it seems to tell a story. It was set aside for a newer model, even though it's still quite okay. I noticed the extinguisher earlier. Doesn't match the decor. I suppose that the railway company had to comply with safety regulations at the cost of aesthetics. It'd be useless against the fire out there, and it's too cumbersome to carry around. At best, I can use it here.
Ah, vale. Este tío tiene que hacer algo.
All right, let's go.
Ah. Usar la pata de silla con el trapo. Un cóctel molotov, digo, una antorcha. Vale.
Carling Black
Carling
Label,
etiqueta
a
negra.
British
Una
beer.
cerveza inglesa. Coger.
No good. Insufficient alcohol content.
tiene
For
suficiente alcohol.
practical purposes, I mean.
Vale,
Not
vale.
for drinking.
Vale.
Whiskey, scotch,
Whiskey,
rum,
este sí.
liqueurs. Enough to entertain everyone on the train all the way from Paris to Istanbul.
Y la otra. Magnum.
Champagne. The fun. Maybe we'll open a bottle if we get out.
Coger la botella de alcohol.
High proof rum. Could be useful.
Madre mía, no veo un pimiento. Vale, ahora con mejorar. Mojar de alcohol la antorcha, exacto.
That should do it.
Así para atrás. Ok. Ahora cogemos las cerillas. Y las usamos con eso.
Rum from Austria. Believe it or not, it's 80% alcohol by volume. There's no way anyone would drink it straight.
Encender la antorcha.
The alcohol burns with a dim blue flame. It doesn't shed enough light and will probably burn out in a few seconds.
Pues se apaga, tío.
Won't solve my lack of light. I'll have to try something else.
Coño, pues ahora sí que ya me ha dejado.
That should do it. The curtain is wrapped around the wood and doused in alcohol. I should be able to light the torch whenever I want.
Parecerías. Joder, macho. Pero, ¿qué pasa? Antorcha pringada en ron.
The material won't be able to soak up any more alcohol.
Pues si ya está. Vamos a ver. Ah. Hostia, es que es rarito,
The
¿Qué
alcohol
pasa,
burns with a
por
dim blue
Dios?
flame. It doesn't shed enough light
Joder,
and will
qué
probably
pero
burn
sí.
out in a few seconds.
Qué quisquilloso el tío, macho.
Won't solve my lack of light. I'll have to try something else.
Pues no sé qué más probar, la verdad.
I filled the bowl about a third of the way with rum. Phew, strong stuff.
Es que no sé qué más hacer. Porque no tengo más cosas. Es que el tío es delicado de cojones. Es que el tío es delicado de
Some
cojones.
matches and half of the book to get the flame going. I bought it last week, second hand. It was
Libro, dice. Bueno, gente, ahora vuelvo. Voy a ver qué coño tengo que hacer. Vale, gente, ya está. Tengo que bajar al andén. Donde está el de eso que dice que hay grasa que puede... Ya te lo dice la grasa del vagón la untas con el trapo. Y tienes el trapo untado en grasa. Supongo que ahora arderá mejor. Madre de Dios. Hay que ser aquí ingeniero aeronáutico nivel Dios supremo para adivinar estas cosas. Ahora tengo un trapo untado en
the
grasa.
grease from the coupling
Aceitosa
is all
asquerosa.
over the curtain. It'll never be clean again.
Y supongo que ahora ya podré hacer... Hostia, pero hay que darle al coco para estas cosas, Pff, no, a ver, macho. A ver. Con el trapo. Venga. A ver si hacemos ya una puñetera antorcha de una vez. Vale, ahora usar el ron de graduación con...
The material won't be able to soak up any more
Vale.
alcohol.
Vale, pues cogemos una cerilla, encendemos la cerilla, cogemos la cerilla y le pegamos fuego a la
Oil and
antorcha.
grease burn bright and hot, but they also require a hot flame to combust. A normal match won't do the trick.
Hostia, ahora no vale una cerilla, tío. Hostia, tío. ¿En serio, tío? ¿Pero cómo me estás trolando así?
I filled the bowl about a third of the way with rum. Phew,
Prender el fuego al ron, venga. Hostia, tiene que dar la vuelta.
Just as I expected, the alcohol burns with an almost invisible flame.
Madre mía, qué quisquilloso el tío.
I'm the god
Ahora,
of
¿ya te
fire.
vale así? Madre mía, chiquillo. No, sí, ya me podéis dar un logro. Me tenéis que dar, vamos. Hostia puta, tío. Qué tocada de huevos de tío la virgen.
That's better now.
A ver. Examinar la
A
palanca.
lever
¿Por
on
qué?
a
Pero si
pressure
yo no veo
sleeve
nada
running
tampoco.
along a thread. Aha! I can uncouple it with this lever. Okay. There we go. Time to get out of here.
Madre de Dios, chacho. La que hemos liado aquí. Y tú estás con la antorcha, tampoco se ve un pimiento. O sea que la diferencia de tener antorcha no tenerla. Los pasajeros, si vamos 4. ¿Dónde coño estaba toda esa gente?
Listen, everybody. Listen. Robert, what's the situation?
Yeah, I couldn't find the engineer, so I got in the driver's cab myself and released the brake.
All right. Good job. You too. Listen, please.
Matty! Where's Matt? Where's my son?
Relax, madame. I'm sure.
Help! Matty! No!
Bueno, pues nada. Vamos a dejar el episodio de hoy aquí. Este Raven que ya está interesantísimo. Y nada, nos vemos en el siguiente capítulo. Venga, que vaya bien, chao.
Matt, where are you?